Okay, so please open the page and let's get started officially. The first paragraph. Today we are practicing vocabulary lesson comprehension that you were supposed to do before the class. And the topic is all about octopuses or octopi. The video is from National Geographic YouTube channel. So, the first paragraph, please study that in 1 minute to refresh your mind and memory. Okay, it says octopuses have elaborate cardiovascular and nervous systems. And the meaning of elaborate means what's the meaning of elaborate?
Go in the
Yeah, detailed, comprehensive, and pay attention. When elaborate is an adjective, the pronunciation differs from its verb form. Do you know the distinction between the pronunciation of elaborate as a verb and as an adjective?
no, what's the difference?
Yeah, elaborate is an adjective, elaborate is the verb. So, ret, adjective, rate, verb. That is the difference. And since it is an adjective here, it must be elaborate. Elaborate cardiovascular and nervous systems. The cardiovascular system includes 3 hearts, 2, the correct intonation must be like this, 2, with a actually halt or stop, pump blood to the gills. So that's why we don't have pumps, because the subject of pump is 2, which is plural. And the third, and that is another subject, moves blood throughout the rest of the body. And unlike human blood, octopus blood is copper based, which makes it appear blue. And this is really interesting. I didn't know about that before. So why don't we have appears? Because actually we have it appears, so why not appears? Who knows?
It is grammatically wrong because yeah, it is grammatically wrong because it's after it appear it should be so.
No, you have not answered this question yet. So my question is, why don't we have...
Can you repeat your question?
Yeah, the question is, why don't we have it appears? Because after it, the subject of appear is it, and therefore correspondingly the verb should take an s at the end. And hello, Alan, and welcome to this session, and also Rupali, hello. So, hello, you are IELTS candidates. You must know this easy grammar point. And also, hello, Dowalo. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Hello everyone.
Hello. Please, as usual, go to our website and click on today's free lesson in the yellow bar at the footer area. We are focusing on the first paragraph. I repeat myself. At the end of the first paragraph, we have this grammar structure, which makes it appear blue. And my question is that, why don't we have appears? Because the subject of appear is supposed to be it. Who knows this grammar point? As IELTS candidates, you know, I know that on IELTS you are not asked grammar questions explicitly, but particularly if you want to write an essay which is grammatically correct 100%, you must know grammar rules, otherwise you easily make mistakes. So, is there anybody here who knows this, the answer to this question?
I think makes appear because the make
Excellent.
has S.
No, it's not
And
related
not-
to make, to the S at the end of make. It refers to the nature of make, which is a causative verb. And causative verbs just require this particular structure. For example, let's say here in this sentence, it is not the subject, it is the object. So let me see, the color of their blood is blue because, you know, the copper based structure of the blood makes it appear blue. So do not just form this wrong belief or conception or misconception that it is the subject of appear. And we have some other structures. For example, have somebody do something. I had the painter paint the wall. You see, that is another structure for that. And yeah, you must know this easy grammar point. And doubtful not, hello and welcome. And this is your first time here. Your mic is disabled as far as I can see. Okay, so is it clear or not yet? Is it clear?
We're clear. We're clear. I understand.
Okay. So far, so good. And also, doubtful not, please wear headphones because I hear the echo of my voice. Either please wear headphones or activate push to talk. Okay, let's move on to the next paragraph. I have to mute you. Okay. I told you, if I hear the echo of my voice, I have to mute you, anybody. So, please study the next, let's study the next paragraph. The octopus nervous system includes a brain, but 2/3 of the octopus's nervous neurons that are brain cells, neurons, are found throughout its body, especially in its arms. This means the arms have significant local control and sensory capabilities. They may even still reach or grasp, that is, grab something or take something, that they are severed. Sever here means cut. Do not pronounce it severe. And their suckers are able to sense chemicals, in other words, smell or taste. Such extraordinary creatures, if you agree with me. So they have really very strong and weird, let's say, mechanisms, and with great capabilities. And okay, so let me unmute doubtful not to see if the problem not yet. Yeah, unfortunately. He or she needs to do something about that. Okay, so the third paragraph. Let's focus on the flashcards here, because actually we don't have time to just read through the text. So intelligent, it's clear. What about exhibit? Exhibit as a noun, as a verb, means to show something. Exhibit. And I'm sure you know where we are studying and reading, so if not yet, you can visit our website and go to the today's free lesson in the yellow bar. And foresight. Foresight means the ability to predict the future, and to retain again actually means to keep something or keep track of something. Well, I have a particular, let's say, suggestion for you, and if you just take it, if you just use that, I think you will just you are able to immerse yourself in English. Do you know we were talking about immersion? What's the meaning of immersion in the realm of English learning?
If you immerse yourself in something, you can like feel it. I don't know how to explain this. You can feel it and you can grasp it within your hand.
You're getting close, but not completely accurate. So when you immerse yourself in English, it means that you try to just contact something, here in this case English, and just expose yourself to that language in any possible ways, so that you can practice it a lot. So do you think that just by just attending this class, that is, I think, really helpful? It could help you and also me, but the point is that it is not enough, and I want you to do something that is really, that can help you to immerse yourself in English tremendously. And if possible, please take a piece of paper and pen, and I will just instruct you how to immerse yourself in English, and all of the activities are free of charge. And also, I think you can improve your listening comprehension, vocabulary, reading comprehension in an interactive way. So suppose that actually this is a kind of instruction, this is a university, because I used to teach at universities, but I just quit, and therefore don't think that the class is cheap. So just take a piece of paper and a pen and start taking notes if possible, and I will just tell you how to just use this activity, which is really great. And are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm a creative person. I'm not talking on behalf of myself. I think I am. And I just, last night, I devised a strategy through which you can improve your English very greatly with the help of each other. Don't just wait for English partners, because I think it's not that possible. People don't take it seriously. It's very hard for you to allocate a specific time that you are on time. Actually, it is great, but it is so ideal. People don't take it seriously. Therefore, it is very difficult. I don't say impossible, but next to impossible actually to find two disciplined people actually want to practice English at the same time with each other, at the same level, with the same goal. So it's almost impossible. Therefore, actually, I think this technique can help you a lot to just enable immersion. And so the theory is that I can give you a link. I can give all of the IELTS candidates here in this voice channel, I will give you the role of IELTS and actually with full capabilities. And please use that IELTS forum text channel a lot more. Right before the class, Rupali just left a question about IELTS speaking part, and I didn't get the chance to just answer it. And you can also answer that, Of course, it's not related to what I'm going to tell you, but anyway. So use that IELTS forum text channel a lot, and I'll give you the role for that. I have set it role-based so that intruders would not just interfere with the process. The point is that I can give you actually embed a short documentary like that on octopuses. Okay, I can embed a video or incorporate a video into a page and give you the link to that page. The page is open for everybody. You try to just transcribe the video in an interactive way. So you can actually, there are so many benefits in this activity. First of all, you can activate CC, carbon copy. For example, if it is very difficult for you to understand the narrator, actually you can just use that CC, enable CC on that embedded YouTube video, so that you will access the text. But actually you need to use that comment form at the bottom of the post to just write down the transcription of the video. You don't need to spend so much time, and this is a group work. This requires a kind of group work. For example, I start transcribing the first 30 seconds of that. The first 30 seconds of that. It's not that long. You don't need to spend so much time, and it is the perfect way to improve your vocabulary, and also listening comprehension and reading. And then, for example, I say, okay, I just transcribed the video up to the very first 30 seconds, okay? And then another person in the comment form, there is a comment form at the bottom of the, let's say, post, and you can use it. And then, for example, Rupali or somebody else would just transcribe the rest of the video. The rest of the video you can pause, and also this activity is asynchronous. Who knows what asynchronous means?
So we are supposed to take turns?
No, it means that all of the people who engage in that activity are not at the same time online. For example, I just do the first 30 seconds of that, and after 2 hours, another person, for example, Nastasia and Douhan, would do the rest of that. Okay, the rest of 30 seconds or 1 minute. It's not that much. And after 2 or 3 hours, so we are not online synchronously or simultaneously. It is asynchronous. And
I understand.
And you can pause the video if your listening comprehension is not that developed. You can just actually play that part as many times as you like. Okay, as many times as you wish. And so even you have this chance to increase or decrease the speed of the video. On YouTube you can decrease or increase the speed of the video if your listening comprehension is not that fully advanced or developed. And the other point is that I will actually try to edit if there is any mistake in your writing that takes place in the comment form, and I will just copy and paste your writing in the body of the text, and it automatically appears with so many flashcards and vocabulary, and therefore you can learn from yourself. You can learn, for example, I'm going to learn from Ali Reza. Ali Reza is going to learn from Nastasia. Nastasia is going to learn from Rupali, and this cycle goes on, and you don't need to spend so much time. I told you, don't think that just by spending 30 minutes per day it's going to have a very noticeable miracle. It is good, but it is not enough. And therefore use that comment form. I will just start. I will be the first volunteer, and so that you will understand how it happens. And also you can specify the elapsed time, the spent time. For example, like at the end of my comment I write, okay, I just covered the first minute or the first 10 seconds. Okay, and the next person is supposed to continue from the rest of the video. Is that clear? Do you have any question? I'm not just telling a story to you.
No.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
For example, for start, we transcribe 1 minute of the video. not for example, transcribe a minute of the video,
Well, some people,
not second.
that is a good suggestion, but you know, some people might find it really difficult to transcribe 1 minute. So it's up to them, you know, and we can start from the elapsed time of the previous, let's say, transcriber. And also you can learn this point, this documentary about octopi or octopuses, actually I have transcribed it completely, but you could also participate in this activity. And remember, this is before the class. We are going to have our classes at this time, any time, you know, every day. So this is irrelevant or not related to our class. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And remember, the selection of videos are actually I try to select the videos that are really great, exciting, with full of academic words. If you want to take the IELTS academic module, you need to brush up your vocabulary. You need to be exposed to many academic words, particularly in your reading comprehension and also listening comprehension. When you want to write something, you know, a particular task too, so you need to use them. And just memorizing vocabulary is not enough. You need to use them. You need to just write about them. You need to be exposed to them. So it's so traditional to think that, okay, just take a long list of vocabulary and memorize them based on parrot learning or rote learning can never help you. So this activity can help you a lot if you just take it seriously. You don't need to spend so much time. You just use or spend 5 minutes per day. But you can also read out the product of your friends or classmates here, and it happens before the class. Forget about that class. I mean, it is going to be there all the time. And yeah, so this is let's say another part of our curriculum. So the videos are short, lasting maximum 5 minutes, lasting for 5 minutes, and also you can read the transcript. So do you like to participate in that activity?
Yes, it's good.
Okay, what about others?
Yeah,
I have no question.
Yeah, this is good for you, to be honest.
Sure.
Okay, and also another suggestion. That's why I asked you to just bring a piece of paper and a pen. I'm not that familiar with the structure of Discord, you know, because I didn't get the chance. I'm not a gamer, because Discord is officially for gamers, but you know, I try to optimize it for language learning, and I think actually I did it right. So I was searching for the capability of leaving voice messages on Discord, and I noticed that it is impossible to leave voice messages. And what could they be useful for, or why could they be useful? I think actually to practice conversation and also speaking, again in an asynchronous way, not exactly at the same time, right? What we are doing is a kind of synchronous activity or simultaneous, but I was just waiting for another activity that is asynchronous. For example, I leave a voice message, you listen to that after an hour, and then you respond to that after 2 hours, and also another person would respond to the same question actually after 4 hours. So it is not time related. That's why asynchronous. And I think it's a great activity to just get involved in. Therefore, I'm going to create, again, do not think that the class is over. We are going to have the same class every day. Okay, it is not related to this class. So I'm going to create a WhatsApp group. This WhatsApp group is just specifically for leaving conversations and, let's say, talks or discussions based on a particular topic. And you would just leave voice messages in response to that assigned topic. okay, to practice negotiation, to practice conversation and free discussion in an organized way, and you must talk just to the point. And for example, the topic is all about, for instance, using your free time or spare time correctly. How do you use your free time? What do you do in your free time and why? For example, and then you will just discuss or express your opinions. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I get your intention.
Yes. So again, I will just create that free English webinar on WhatsApp, just specifically for this purpose and this objective. And if you like, you could join that. And I told you it is not related to this class. Tomorrow at the same time we're going to have the same class, but this is asynchronous activity. So I give you the role, IELTS role, and perhaps actually I'm going to notify you about the details in the IELTS forum text channel. So if taken seriously, it can help you tremendously to improve your English, particularly academically, with the help of many other candidates in the long term. So more people would join us in the long term. And yeah. So let me see if I just told you everything. So do you have any question about these two activities that I just notified you?
No.
Great. So let me wrap it up. First, transcribing videos, documentaries from great YouTube channels. Just spending 1 or 2 minutes per day actually would be sufficient. In the comment form, and also if you have any question, you can ask me or ask your classmates or pen pals. So this is for video transcription with the help of the comment form in blue. There is a comment form in blue at the bottom of each post, and you can use it in an appropriate way. And then actually attending a kind of webinar, a synchronous webinar on WhatsApp, just for leaving voice messages asynchronously. There is no class, and there is time lapse, and that is just for actually leaving voice messages. Okay, and also you can ask me if you have any question. And for example, Rupali has, as I said, left a question in the IELTS forum text channel, and can respond to that if you think it is a good. So don't wait for the teacher. This activity does not have a particular actually teacher. Don't be teacher dependent. Don't be teacher dependent. So, all right. Do you have any question, comments, or anything? Because the class is up and time is up. No question? No recommendation?
No.
All right, so thank you for your participation. I really hope that you will get the most out of these two activities, and I'm sure you will. And yeah. All right, take care of yourself, and see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at the same time.
Yeah, take care, Mr. Harry.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for today.